God bless. I want to give an honor to God who is the head over my life. I'm reading from Ezekiel chapter 18, 1 through 18. The subject is the one who sins will die. The word of the Lord came to me. What do you people mean by quoting this proverbs about the land of Israel? The parents eat sour grapes and the children's teeth are set on edge. As surely as I live, declare the sovereign Lord, you will no longer quote this proverbs in Israel. For everyone belongs to me, the parent as well as the children. Both alike belongs to me. The one who sins is the one who will die. So in verse 4, the Lord is saying that everyone belongs to me. The parent as well as the child, both alike belong to me. The one who sins is the one who will die. So watch what you are doing, okay? Because God is looking at how many chances that He has given you. And the one who sins, that's the one who will surely die. 5, suppose there is a righteous man who does what is just. So if there's a righteous man that is doing what is right, you know, only good things will come to that righteous person. In verse 6, it says, he does not eat at the mountain shrines or look to the idols of Israel. He does not defile his neighbor's wife or have sexual relations with a woman during her period. Okay? So a righteous man is not going to do that. He's not going to eat at the mountain shrine. He's not going to look to idols for help. Oh, I need answers for this. I need answers for that. No, a righteous man is not going to do that. He does not defile his neighbor's wife. He will not mess with his neighbor's wife or have sexual relations with a woman during her period. Okay. 7, he does not oppress anyone, but returns what he took and pledged for a loan. He does not commit robbery, but gives his food to the hungry and provides clothing for the naked. And this is what righteous people do. Righteous people of God. This is the things they will not. This is the things they will not do. They will not commit sin. They will not commit adultery. They will not commit a sexual relationship with their neighbor. These are things they will not do. Okay. They will not have sex during their period. Okay. These are the things that they will not do. 7, he does not oppress anyone, but returns what he took to pledge for a loan, for he does not commit robbery. So a woman or man of God, we will not do these things. We will not commit robbery. But gives his food to the hungry. A righteous person will give food to the hungry, and provide clothing for the naked. Because that's in our spirit. When the Holy Ghost is within you, you do things like that. You don't like to see people hungry. You don't like to see people without any clothes. And it comes from the bottom of your heart because you know that you're walking more like Jesus when you do things like that. You're not walking like other people where they see this and they walk past and be like, oh, they can get money, they can get a job. Well, maybe they can't. But God may be laying it on your heart to say, hey, just go ahead and help this person out and you'll get a double a portion of what you already helped them out with. But you have some people in this world, they don't think like that. They're like, well, the same way I work hard at it, they can work hard at it. But you don't know their circumstance. That's what the Lord is saying right now. 8, he does not lend to them at interest or take a profit from them. He withholds his hand from doing wrong and judge fairly between two parties. Okay. So when God judges, he judged fairly between two parties. Okay. He sees who's in the wrong and who's in the right. And that's how he proceeds on his judgment. 9, he follows my decree and faithfully keeps my laws. That man is righteous, he will surely live. So if you are living righteously, you will surely live. 10, suppose he was a violent son who sheds blood or does any of those other things. Now, if he is a son that is violent, a son who likes to shed blood on people, a son that sheds evil upon people, a son that works in evil, of any of these things, you will surely not live. Because see, God is watching what you are doing, and only will the righteous prosper from the good things. 11, through the Father has done none of them. He eats at the mountain shrines, and he defiled his neighbor's wife. So in verse 11, it's saying how through the Father has done none of them. So God has done none of this stuff. You know, he don't believe in, sinning or, doing evil stuff or doing undefiled things, because that's not living righteously. And it says he eats at the mountain shrines. A person who defiles his neighbor's wife is not living righteously. 12, he oppresses the poor and needy. He commits robbery. This is a person that is not righteous. He oppresses the poor and needy, and he commits robbery. Okay? He does not return what he took and pledge. He looks to idols. He does detectable things. Okay, in verse 12, it's saying how, when people are living unrighteously, this is what they do. They oppress the poor and needy. They commit robbery. He does not return what he took and pledged, and he looks for people to validate him. This is when you are not living righteous, when you look for people to validate you. These are called idols, okay? He does not detectable things. He does not, he does not care about things. He does things that are unclean, that are evil. And that's a life of living unrighteously. And no good can come from that. 13, he lends at interest and takes a profit. 14, but suppose the son has a son who sees all the sin his father commits and through sees them, he does not do such things. So if any individual, you're doing wrong and you have a son or whatever, the son will not commit the sin that the father committed because it's not on the son of what the person's father did. 15, he does not eat at the mountain shrine or look to the idols of interest of Israel. He does not defile his neighbor's wife. So his son is something that is different. He doesn't do the things that his father does. He does not look for idols, to be validated. He does not defile his neighbor's wife, 16, he does not oppress anyone or require a pledge for a loan. He does not commit robbery, but gives his food to the hungry and provides clothing for the naked. So these are things that just because the Father did, the Son will not do that, because what the Father does, their sins are not cast upon their children. 17, he withhold his hand from mistreating the poor and take no interest or profit from them. He keeps my laws and follows my decree. He will not die for his father's sin. He will surely live. So, and this is saying on verse 17, whatever the father does, it's the son won't die for what the father has done. All the sins will be on the father. 18, but his father will die for his own sin because he practiced extortion, robbed his brother, and did what was wrong among his people. So it's saying in verse 18 how the father will die for his own sin because of the work that he was doing, of the practice of extortion, robbing his brother, and did what was wrong among his people. His people saw what he was doing. He saw the wrong in what he was doing, and that's why he is judged. That's why that person would be in judgment for the sins that they did, and the judgment is death. So the subject is the one who sinned will die. Ezekiel chapter 18, verses 1 through 18. This is a message from God. Be careful what you're doing, because you may have, if you're not doing the right things and you're not doing it in the presence of God justly, the judgment is death. God bless.